Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Esports Heaven and the Kung Fu Cup Korean Qualifiers #1. I'm Zoeg, and here with me is Tenshi, and we're in the Cruxel studio in Stockholm with our sick new background.
Yeah, man, look at it. Just absolutely outstanding. Cruxel Studios, of course, you know, our producer. Lovely, lovely studio, man, I have to say. Like, from when we first arrived here, little over a year ago, look at how it's sort of just continuously been upgraded.
Oh yeah, it's just been getting better and better.
Yeah, man, it's so insane.
Last cast we had one screen, now 4.
Yeah.
Next time 16. No, okay.
It'll just, you know, continue growing up. So like we'll have screens all over. Like,
yeah, why not? But yeah, everyone's been excited for these. These are the Korean qualifiers. We have just about the most stacked qualifier I've seen, probably.
This is you know, pretty much GSL level.
Pretty much. This is like Code S.
Yeah, man, we have so many guys, like, most of the Casper teams are here. We don't have too many from, like, SKT1. Do we have?
SKT1, not too many, no.
Not really. But, you know, we've got a lot of Jin Air guys. You know, 1 or 2 Startail, possibly. Not too sure. Maybe we can bring those up, because we do actually have a finalized bracket.
Give me 1 second. I'll bring that up for you. There we go. We should have it.
Yeah, there we have
now.
it. Right. Maybe I move out of the way.
No, I think you're fine. So let's see if I can actually move out the way.
Yeah,
here.
okay. So as you guys can see, we have right there Supernova, Yonghwa. We have True, you know, Sky High, Solar. Lots of these guys, American flags. Don't worry though.
Of course, we have like a ton of Casper pros coming in here, as well as these so-called foreign Koreans.
Oh yeah, man.
But we have decided to go ahead with Pig Baby versus Cure as our first PvT for the day.
Yes, sir. That is that's how it is.
And the winner will be facing Horror for the free win.
Yeah, man. And, look at that. We do have SOS. So you know, either Deer or.
Yeah, I said that wrong. I mean, who had the free win, not for the free
win.
Yeah, that was really BM.
Yeah, so weird. Yeah. KMH, man, like, I think it's really confusing, you know, the binary beast names. One of these guys here, actually, is Rogue.
Oh, yes. It's
the Hangul. One of those is Rogue. Do not know which one. But, you know, one of them at least. And,
of course, with the Q on Pig Baby should be coming up. Pig Baby, I mean, very interesting player. We saw him... was that WCS NA, I believe, when he was facing Bolt?
Oh yeah, like he was demolishing like all the trainers he was playing. I kind of feel, you know, like with how that style became so popular, Blizzard made the decision to buff that Widowmine again.
You feel so?
Yeah, man. It has to be it.
It's like Lilla Cannon with the what is it? The point defense drone.
Yeah, exactly. They're, you know, changing the duration of that to like 15 seconds or something. But yeah, man, so like this tournament is, or this qualifier even, is absolutely insane. And this is only the first out of 2 Korean qualifiers. You know, then we have 1 more European and 1 more NA qualifier coming up within the next few days, guys. So, you know, if you stick around, check this out. You know, if you want to catch other players, just make sure to, you know, give us a follow, tune in regularly, and just keep your eyes open.
Absolutely. I mean, we're going to have so many more, like, you know, amazing players coming in here from the different qualifiers and regions. We're going to have, as you said, tomorrow at the same time, the 2nd Korean qualifier. And, of course, yes, as you say, 1 more European, 1 more North American, and then the SEA region together with Taiwan.
Southeast Asia, Oceanic region. So, you know, like we've said, you guys in Australia, go sign up, get some money.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what would be really cool?
What would be cool?
We get Aegas from Australia. I mean, if Moonglade signed up,
that is so sick.
Maybe Liverby could like tweet it.
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, we could probably fix that.
Oh yeah, we have to you know, sit down, have a word with Moro. You know, get him to sign up for the European one when he gets back from the States. Or maybe he can you know, play from there.
Maybe. I mean, it would be cool.
Maybe a bit of ping issues.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know, but to be honest, what I'm most hyped about really is not, you know, having Moonglade or anyone else playing on SEA. I'm, you know, excited for Koreans. That's,
yeah, man. Like,
you know, what I want to look at.
That's where the business is, you know, the big boy shoes. And we have so many heavy hitters, you know, like SOS, winner of I Am Katowice.
Oh, yeah. And we have his not nemesis, actually, his foe.
Runner-up.
Yeah,
of I Am Katowice, who actually went home there empty-handed.
Oh yeah, he came 2nd.
Oh, winner takes all $100,000.
Yeah, never again.
No man, so painful. Yeah. But, you know, he's signed up Don't know if he confirmed, but you know, maybe he's going to be in the second one, which we're running tomorrow at the exact same time. It is going to be at 1200 hours Central European time. It's 12 a.m. For any of you guys who don't do military time.
Oh yeah, of course. Everyone who's watching for Europe, it's quite early still. I mean, it's just not too early.
Like midday here, you
12,
know. So
12 a.m.
It's great because guys, it's Saturday and you guys have the weekend off. Maybe you were out partying last night, so the best thing to do is to you know, stay in bed all day and deal with a hangover. Watching StarCraft 2.
Oh yes, and of course we had a bit of an issue here with Pink Baby Cures. We're gonna go ahead with Rain Sacsri instead.
Oh really?
Yeah, they had, you know.
Makes me so sad. But you know what? Rain, one of my favorite Protoss players of all time, plays for My Insanity now. You know, so like we saw, you know, My Insanity. They have Petraeus, who qualified from our NA qualifier the other day. We have you know, another recent pickup. Actually, Sacsri and both Rain on My Insanity. So it's going to be a team kill here to open things up.
Yeah, I mean, Rain is a pretty recent pickup still. I mean, it wasn't
a couple of months back. You know, fairly fresh.
Yeah, some time ago. But I mean, he was at one point about to be the best player in Korea almost. Like he was
like best Protoss in the world.
Yeah, he was plowing through DSL, making it look easy, and then came someone called Maru, this kid who loved 2-raxing, and then decided to, you know, against the most solid player in the world,
end things, man.
Yeah,
before things got too scary, because you know, as we all know, Rain, his late game, you know, where he gets really comfortable.
Actually, how Maru beats him was so funny because he always used to do like 2-racks and very aggressive builds. He went into these like super greedy openers and just
like a quick 3rd CC.
Oh yeah, very quick. He would just go as greedy as possible, forcing Rain into all-in him instead.
That's actually true, because you know, like, you can actually play around how Rain plays. He's sort of he started playing a bit more aggressively, a bit more all-in, showing to be quite a flexible player. But you know, generally he always wants to go to that late game, and that means he's very textbook and very predictable, because he's just going to stay back and defend. You know, like Blink Stalkers, grab a 3rd base, get those Colossi, make sure to hold you off, and then, you know, get the Storm, go for the 4th. So generally he's been a very predictable player.
Oh yeah, I mean, he's known as the macro Protoss. He would always force the macro, and even though he would be behind often because he forces the macro game, he would, you know, play defensive so everyone knows you can't all-in him. He would still win because he was so solid.
Like, great decision making.
Oh yeah, but his opponent is not going to be easy either. We are right now loading into Overgrowth, and it's going to be a team kill with My Insanity on both ends.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting one.
So sick. But yeah, guys, this is of course the Korean qualifiers for the Kung Fu Cup, and we are ready to jump in game. And as you can see right behind me, we have it beautifully displaying on those monitors.
Whoa. Oh, that's not the right thing.
No, that's not in game, man.
No,
there we go.
There we go. That's in game.
All right. So it is my pleasure to introduce to you, starting off the day here from Stockholm, Sweden, and Cruxel Studios, the Blue Protoss spawning bottom left on Overgrowth, playing for My Insanity. He is Rain. And his opponent, the Red Zerg, also on team My Insanity. Who is the stronger of the two? Get ready to find out. He is Sacsri.
And, well, right now, Sacs vs Rain. This is an interesting one. I mean, PvZ coming out here, Rain, he's a very strong PvZ player overall. I mean, everyone should be afraid of this guy. And Sacs, we haven't seen him play, you know, all too much in the Korean scene before. I haven't seen him play against Rain for some time now as well, so...
He's sort of, you know, made a name for himself in online cups. Sticking a lot to the to the foreigner scene.
His big breakthrough was DreamHack Valencia.
Oh yeah,
which he got just rolled through, and people didn't know too much about Sacsri. So
it was kind of, you know, like a new name to most people.
Yeah, but I mean,
unless, you know, you stick deeply, like you dig down to look amongst all the Korean players.
Kind of like Solar almost came out of...
Oh yeah, man. Like,
not Solar. I mean, Stardust. I keep mixing them up.
No, man, Solar too, a little bit. I remember you...
Yeah, Solar too. I've been boosting Solar for ages now.
Yeah, man, you've been like talking about this guy for ages. And I was like, I don't know him. Who is he?
I actually casted his first online cup.
Yeah, see? So, like... but guys, of course, Rain, Nexus first, no surprise. Sacsri is going to go to the 3-hatch before pool build. Maybe these guys have been practicing together now, you know, that they're on the same team. I wouldn't be too surprised, really.
No, I mean, I think they're still not staying in the team house, though, all the time. But, I mean, with Sacsri and Rain against each other, being on the same team, though, as you say, they should be practicing quite a bit.
Yeah, like, wouldn't be surprised.
No, I'd be surprised if they didn't,
exactly,
to be honest.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially when they're so close in skill level. And, well, Sacsri, as I say, you know, I'm going to have to see what style he really chooses here, because it was some time ago since we saw him really, like, pull a line for pull a Mario, like, you know, just go straight through tournament and just beat everything. It was kind of since Valencia we've seen him do that, so...
that's, you know, soon to be a year ago.
Yeah, just about.
Like, by next month or something like that.
Yeah, or a few. So.
2 months, actually.
Yeah, I think it was, like, in summer sometime.
Isn't it like in April, May? Around there?
I think it's even July.
Is it? Nah, man, it can't be.
Yeah, Valencia, yeah.
Is it?
It's summer. You know, in summer in Valencia, it's always hot.
But isn't it always hot in Valencia?
True, but...
Like, do they have snow there?
No.
They don't, right?
Only Sweden gets snow.
Only Sweden gets snow?
It's reserved
the only country that gets snow.
Yeah, that's why we have, like, such high
together
tax.
with Norway.
Yeah,
man.
we import all the snow.
Scandinavia, the only... region in the world that ever has snow.
Yeah, what about Canada?
No. Yeah, Canada.
No,
Canada has snow.
They don't have snow.
They have snow.
I know.
They don't have snow in California.
No.
I actually have friends there who they've never...
Right now?
Yeah, they've never seen snow.
They've never seen snow?
No, never.
They like look at it in movies and like, oh, that looks really weird. I wonder what it feels like.
Yeah, man. So, you know, shout out to you guys in Cali. I hope you guys...
If anyone's up by now.
Yeah,
it's pretty early
like
still.
6 a.m. over there.
Just about. Feeling like a radio show. Like 6 a.m. in California.
Yeah, guys, sun is shining, the grass is green.
But okay, we're getting into the game, and I digress with the Cali jokes. So we have double gas coming down here from Sacsri at a very good timing, I have to say, to make sure he has a good kind of speed opener from this, which is very, very standard. But a lot of Zo players like to go for that just about 6-minute gas instead of 5:30, meaning they have 30 seconds later speed and 30 seconds later land and everything, just to get that extra few workers. But if you go this greedy, you know, I just love seeing the 5:30 gases go down, and it's so much safer against any kind of all-in.
Yeah, exactly, because, you know, you will have that faster gas, be able to squeeze in a few extra roaches, you know, in case Protoss is doing something sort of very aggressive. Rain is going to go for the Stargate opener, you know, Stargate being probably the most common way to open up in Korea that Korean Protoss do. They really like their Stargate play. It, you know, gives a lot of flexibility, really. Get those Phoenix, clean up Overlords, scare the Zerg from getting muters. But Rain is on the other side of the map, has a proxy pylon set up here, and he does have these 3 warp gates operational. So light pressure will be coming out here from Rain, but wouldn't be surprised, you know, if this is only to force a few units. Because he knows, like, not going to be speed for a while, even though the gas is a bit earlier for Sacsri than usual.
Oh yeah, I mean, he does get an Overlord, a nice little pick-off here, going to be annoying for Sacsri. He does really not want to supply block at this time. Has forced a lot of links there, as you say, but just a few seconds away from that recall, might just pull it off really soon, but he's trying to force as many units as possible. That Oracle as well on the way. Rain really doing a good job with this. We're going to see Sacsri play defensively with those Spore Crawlers and buying some time, but look at all the drones he's missing out on right now. Yeah, man,
14 additional links in production, 3 spores being thrown in here, and a nice time warp actually on top of these queens. Needs to be careful with the Mothership Core though. These Zealots going to help out quite well against these Zerglings, but needs to be careful to not get them surrounded. Forces an additional warp in here of Zealots from Rain, and he's, but you know, still maintaining a very strong presence out here on the map.
He really does, and the thing is, behind this, he's getting his +1, he's getting Void Race, interesting enough. So, this is, as you say, kind of just baiting out a ton of units, and sure, he warped in a lot, but comparing that to what we see from Sacsri, he's lost so many links, he's up to still almost 30 links, and there's the same amount of workers. That's really not good for Sacsri at this point.
No, but Rain needs to be careful, you know, with this group of units. Not get them too surrounded. 4 sentries actually might get caught out. 1 gets trapped. Nice there. Rain saves that and deals with a few of these lings on the left-hand side. No 3rd down here for Rain yet. He's actually banking a lot of money. Oracle did swing in here, pick up a couple of kills. Might go down here if the Queen and the Natural does react, but no, seems like that's going to be fine. Rain now finally moving out with that probe. Drops the Twilight Council as well. So it was
gonna be able to get that +2 as well.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, move into 3 base blink.
Yeah, he did get a Void Ray, as I say, quite interesting to choose to go that, because that's a lot of gas and minerals invested in that, but you know what? Rain has now set up a very good economy. We see from Sacsri, though, very interesting. Going up to all his gases, going to crank out a ton of Hydras. Chose to get up to just about 60-something workers, just about 65 or so. But with Hydra range, he's going to be able to push across the map and do some damage with this, especially since the Robo should be delayed. And now we see a Roach Warren followed up after the Hydra Den, before any Hive, before any Fourth, and before any infestation pit whatsoever. So I wouldn't be too surprised to see like a nice little pusher come out first.
Like a sort of big rally kind of play.
Kinda. You know, to do some damage, to try to bait as much as possible, and then maybe go into a more like secure play, etc. But we're gonna see how many Hydras he really wants to crank out here, because he does decide to go for Fourth first.
And grabs the gold, of course, closer to your opponent. Now, Hydralisks, with that range, will be able to shoot over those force fields. Oh, Mothership Core, way out of position. That's going to go down. No photon overcharge, no time warp. And, well, you know, that would have helped quite a bit in defending that third base, which, you know, Sacsri looking to hit, most likely.
But the problem here for Rain, though, is that right now his Robo is just finishing. He's getting that blink that we talked about, but with Hydra range and speed, as well as speed links on the map, this is something you're going to have to, you know, be very cautious about. If you get caught on the map without that Mothership Core, even with it can get sniped even. So if you get caught without it, you can just lose your army instantaneously. But now we do see that infestation pit, and I wouldn't be too surprised to see Sacsri go right into Hive to get those Vipers out. I mean, because right now, behind this blink, if you don't go for the pressure, I mean, it's not too uncommon to go for that Colossal play.
No, and one thing to point out here, though, is, you know, Sacsri, although he did get in the main, got taken out by Void Ray, by the way, a while back, hasn't seen too much, so he doesn't know what sort of splash damage Rain is going for. I think he's just sort of expecting blindly for it to be Colossi. But, you know, say if Rain would have gone for something a bit more crazy, you know, go into those High Templar, it would have been a bit more awkward there for Sacsri, but of course, with these Roaches to buffer Storm, not even half as effective. Now, he is swinging around on the third. Gonna poke away at this gateway. Not do too much here. Needs to be careful. Ooh, aggressive blink here from Rain. Actually gonna be able to pick off a good section of Hydras here, and has the force field, so he can, you know, zone out the rest of that army.
Yeah, very nice pick-off here by Rain. Getting a lot of Hydras just for virtually nothing. Just a few force fields. Very, very nice. Right now, he needs to just batter down the army of Sacsri, because what Sacsri is doing right now, you see him going up to just about 200 supply. He's on 4 bases. If he wants to go like Dark does, he can try to go into a Greater Spire quite quickly to get into that Broodlord play, but he can also go right into Vipers for that big Viper timing. Now, it's a bit awkward if we see a Twilight Council go down within about 40 seconds. It's going to be very awkward, but if we don't see that Twilight Council... Temple Archives, if we don't see that soon enough, it is going to be very difficult to hold on, because your Colossus die instantaneously to Hydras.
Yeah, man, and Sacsri now is going to swing in here. Going into the natural with a good amount of Roaches and Hydralisks. Blink here from Rain in an attempt to sort of block it off. Not going to work, so he's going to lose that +3 upgrade, which was almost done. And now, as half of the army of Rain is pulled into the natural, Sacsri's going to try to hit this third base, but that's not going to work. A Colossus here and a decent number of force fields. Mothership Core will go down. But I mean, he's going to hold his third base. But in the main, Sacsri are now ravaging the mineral line, and a lot of economical damage has been suffered here by Rain.
Yeah, it truly has, and I mean, although we see a lot of Hydras going down behind this, Sacsri had the bank to like replenish his army.
He has the gold base as well, like, and he's pulled drones, saturated it.
Absolutely, I mean, with these Vipers coming out, this is a bit of a miss rally, but with the Vipers coming out now, it's going to be very difficult for Rain to deal with this. He's going out right now onto the map saying, I need to kill you now. He might think that he's going for the Greater Spire, he might know it's a Vipers and try to hit before that energy, but right now Sacsri does take a very good kind of high ground here. He can set up that concave perfectly, and we have no Templars out. Tenshi, this is a very difficult position for Rain.
Yeah, we'll see the first abducts go down, gets those Colossi right away. They go down. Nice blinding cloud as well. Rain is going to be forced to force field and blink away here if he wants to stay alive, and that's exactly what he does. But a small hole here lets some of these units from Sacsri trickle through, and Rain right now actually coming in here with a flank with Colossus and reinforcing Stalkers. He's blinking right on top of Sacsri's army. I think he might actually have enough here to pull through. One nice blinding cloud does go down in the center of those Stalkers. Yet another aggressive blink on top of the Hydralisks will decimate them, and Rain actually takes that fight that looked so bad. He lost those Colossi right away, But here he is, and he is actually going to be able to pick up this gold base.
Yeah, but the problem is right now the rally of Sacsri, they're coming up more and more units here. And, well, Rain, remember, he's still on 3 bases. So Sacsri is taking a new 4th right away. It's almost finished, actually. So he's kind of ready for this to grab a 5th base or keep a new 4th base. He's pulling a lot of units to those. So he knows with no Colossus in the main army of Rain, there's not going to be a big Colossus threat here. So all he needs to do, max out on Hydras as quickly as possible and just push Rain back. But, as you say, 4th died. And, well, they're quite even in workers. So Rain, he does have the... If he does this perfectly with the blinks, it is very difficult to hold this position, although Sacsri does have all those hiders.
Oh yeah, and the creep trade for Sacsri, I want to point out, it actually does help a lot. You know, harder to fight on creep naturally. These Vipers, though, going to be very important with how they land the Blinding Clouds and how quickly Rain can react to when to blink out of them and, you know, in what position to blink in. Because sometimes we see the Blinding Clouds go down right, and Protoss players, they just blindly go, I have to get out of this, and they take a really bad blink and end up just giving away a bunch of Stalkers. Rain cannot do that at this point.
Oh no, he needs to do like the old time MC's blinking, just like powerful blinks, not losing a single HP on those Stalkers if he wants to break through this. He's taking a lot of time doing this though. He's trying to clear creep. He's just whopping in more and more Stalkers, but the problem here is that, well, he's still on +2. 2-1 has finished. We have +3 on the way. And Sacsri, he has still 2 Blinding Clouds per Viper, and he can absolutely attack into this. It's all about the blinks, though.
Whoa, nice. Gets one of those Vipers. Blinding Cloud does go down here. Actually, you know, Blinding Cloud can work against your own units, so be careful. Nice. Rain, just playing a very sort of patient game right now, and I definitely like it.
I do enjoy this. He did lose his Observer, though. And here we go. Rain pushing it right into Sacsri. But a good Blind Cloud will deter him for now. Sacsri, though, it looks like Rain just wants to max out on Blink Stalkers. Go for this massive Blink Stalker play. Sacsri decides that the best way to deal with this is going to be Road Rider Viper. And, well, Sacsri just about maxed out. He's just waiting for that +3 and holding on right now.
Yeah, man. But the loss of that +3 for Rain, you know, that's
very detrimental.
Yeah, absolutely. Imagine if you would have had that +3 versus a single carapace upgrade of Sacsri. He would have been able to absolutely shred his army. But here we go. Once again, Guardian Shield does go down. Rain blinking back quite nicely. Good Blinding Cloud is going to force the aggressive blink here from Rain. And he's got an incredible amount of Stalkers here. Single Force Field not going to do too much here. More reinforcements being whooped in from Rain. Another Blinding Cloud goes down, but Rain right away reacts. And he's getting on top of Sacsri's army. He's actually overwhelming the Zerg right now. Even though the composition from Sacsri was really good, the drones are being pulled from the 3rd and the natural. I don't think Sacsri has enough to hold on.
He might not have that right now. He's trying to get more Hydras up, but Rain just making more and more Stalkers behind this. And, well, Sacsri is losing every single drone to this, down to 44 workers. Rain, only on 1 base mining truly here, is just whopping in enough Stalkers. It's all about this blink play. His micro's been absolutely fantastic, and decision-making absolutely spot on.
Oh, yeah, man. Like, the way he takes those angles, so good, man. This is why Rain is one of my favorite players. He just knows exactly what to do, can handle any situation. And now this is going to be a bit of a weird spot, you know, for Sacsri to find himself in. He's lost a lot of workers, and he's actually down in supply here.
He is, and well, these blinks are very powerful. Remember, though, that we have a +3/+1, so these Hydras are very important right now. We see Sacsri making a lot of links, which is, you know, it's a good choice, but he doesn't have a lot of carapace and no melee upgrades, so this is still a very difficult hold. He's pulling drones again, and this is his final attempt. Rain even pulling probes at this point.
Pulling the boys, man.
Yeah, a good arc, though, coming down from Sacsri, trying to just hold on. If he can hold on here, though, he can win this game. Rain, only on 1 base mining, is losing his last few Blink Stalks in this concave.
And that's going to be GG. Those transfuses helping out a lot, but wow, Sacsri looked dead.
Just about. I thought, you know, Rain would finishing off with his last attack, although it was very close.
I think, to be honest, like, a few of those probes were trapped. If you would have pulled all of them,
maybe. I mean, that was a really good concave, though.
Kept them at the front. Yeah, man, the concave was absolutely devastating from Sacsri. So, great first game here, guys, to kick it off here in the Kung Fu Cup Korean qualifiers. And, you know, this is a best of 3, so we have potentially 2 more games to finish up between these 2 guys.
Oh, I would love that. I would. The thing is, although, you know, whoever you want to win, really, I think everyone wants to see 3 games between these 2 guys.
I love it when it goes to the ace game, because it's just so tense. you know?
Oh yeah,
like, this is
every
the
time.
final game.
And you have to scout for everything if you miss it. Oh, it could be absolutely fantastic. But I have to say, very back and forth between these two players. Sacs are holding on with drone pools. How many times do you see that work?
That's so tense, because, I mean, you know, like 9 out of 10 times when you pull the drones like that, when Protoss is in your face, you're generally dead.
9.9.
Yeah, so
I mean, it's not even 1 out of 10.
Even closer.
Yeah, it doesn't happen. Like, but the thing is, when you come to the point, when you pull drones...
You know you're desperate.
You know you're so desperate you're probably already dead.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're lying down and you're bleeding out, but you're trying to fight back.
He's still kicking you.
Yeah, but it worked, you know. Suddenly, Sacsri pulled a gun on Rain. And as he was, you know, on top of him. And it worked out.
It worked out, indeed. We're going to have Inferno pools coming out, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the lobby counting down. And, well, I hope you're excited. We're just getting started. We are going to have games all up to the round of 4. We have 4 players qualifying, I believe.
From the Korean. So
from the Korean as well?
Yeah, it's going to be 3.
Okay,
So the format is going to be like in the previous qualifiers, the European one and the North American that we brought to you a few days back. So 3 will be qualifying, the 2 semi-finalists, and the losers of those semi-finals will be moving on. But, you know, without further ado, let me go ahead and introduce our first player. Spawning in the top left on Inferno pools, playing for my insanity, he is Rain. And his opponent for this game, for this series, and teammate. He is also playing for my insanity. He is Sacsri. Red Zerg. Spawning bottom left.
Here on Inferno pools.
Yeah, man.
Finishing that sentence for you. I'm
hot
so
day
kind.
Hot day on Inferno pools.
Oh, this is so California.
This is Cali, man.
Yeah, no snow. Actually, no, that's not snow really in the eye, is it? That's
I guess, I actually don't know the full size of Cali, but, you know, from what I've been told, these boys that I'm talking about, like my mates, haven't really, you know, been hanging around snow too much. We have a lot of snow in Sweden, but we are moving into the spring months, yeah, so that is going to melt away.
It was really hot today. Oh, not hot, but it was rather a vast lack of cold.
Yeah, kind of. So it was
surprising
amount. It was quite temperate outside.
Was quite. For being Sweden, it was probably...
for being Sweden.
Yeah, it was probably above freezing, which is very, very pleasant.
Very uncommon, I have to say. You know, like we have midsummer, and everyone's out there, you know, with their schnapps and surströmming.
Oh,
and then suddenly, hailstorm.
I haven't eaten surströmming for, what is that, 2 years now?
It's absolutely appalling.
It is so amazing. It's one of the best things in my life.
It's like fermented fish that they just chug in a can with bones and everything. Ugh.
Yeah, and they have it for, it's supposed to be at least a year in advance before you eat it.
Man.
At least.
Just thinking about it makes me feel a bit sick.
It is amazing.
It's terrible.
It is amazing, just like Sacs right now, who's taking a gold base, playing those mind games.
I like it.
You like it?
Yeah, like... You know, and he's taking the gas, so maybe, if Rain, you know, scouts the wrong position, he'd be fooled to think it's like a 14-14 or something like that. But no, he's actually going to find it right away.
Yeah. The thing is, if you find it after speed starts, it is quite difficult to say if it's a 14-14
Yeah,
or
like,
not.
Especially if he's pulled guys off.
Yeah, the only tell really is how late the first Zerglings are, but you can't know that he hasn't sent Zerglings that you missed.
Exactly, to like other locations.
Exactly.
So a very nice little movie, but Rain almost moving towards that location, but he did just pass by that tower. We'll have to see now, as he sees no natural, and he's going to come in, you know, and he's going to click that gas, and I think he's going to realize that this was a bit later, so he must have spent money on something, so maybe he's going to check that gold base. We'll have to see.
Yeah, we'll see. He comes in here. He's going to see a bit of a late spawning pool come down here, and then he's going to click that gas geyser. And he knows that, okay, something is amiss here. You just got up to 100 gas. Your pool was late. What's going on here, Sacsri? What's up, mate? And, well, he probably knows it's something, especially on this map. So.
Yeah, man, look at that. He's going to go right away to that gold base.
Oh, yeah, he knows what's up.
Rain, baby.
Is he going to try to punish this, though? Because how the gold base works is that it gives you the same economy as a normal one, but with much less drones.
Fewer drones.
You
get 7 minerals per trip with the gold base instead of 5. Yeah, and but you have few patches.
Exactly, you can only have 18 per, as you can see here.
But it's still, though, you know, like crazy economy, great boost.
Oh yeah, so something we see is if you go for that gold base, you often want to try to either go for a hardcore kind of all-in play because you don't have to have as many drones. Or it's a great way to secure your first 4 bases.
You know, as long as Protoss doesn't pull a crazy all-in on you.
Yeah,
because I can imagine, you know, especially on this map, can be very hard to stop, say, a 7-gate or an 8-gate.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The thing is, what's so great about the goal base though is that often it's the drone count and not the hatchery count that kills you when you're facing an all-in.
Yeah.
And as you don't need as many drones, it's a very, very clean way to say you can have more defensive units.
Yeah,
and
more
make sure
lava
you're safe.
for like roaches and lings and stuff like that. By the way, you know, like one thing as well that's going to be extremely important here for Sacsri is going to be that creep spread, you know, to connect his main and natural with that gold base, because it's kind of isolated out there. And, you know, we can see from this just Zella and Mothership Core moving out here. Rain, cannot really do too much for now. No pylon, though. Would really like him to go, you know, like to see him go for some sort of pressure build.
I think he's just shocking at this point. I mean...
Oh, yeah, definitely. But you know, still, Sacsri, I wouldn't be surprised if he even makes, you know, a couple of blind units.
I think he's calling the bluff, though. I mean, he has a few links to deal with this. He's not making any more. He's letting the Roach Warren finish up here. And, well, no problem whatsoever. He might even bait that Mothership Core. Oh,
be careful. Is going to get the Queen.
Yeah, that was a very nice micro by Rain, by the way. Didn't lose too much health on that Mothership Core.
And, like, you know, traded the Queen for a single Zella.
That's very effective, actually.
Yeah, that's a trade I'd make any day.
Especially considering that was the Inject Queen. And
also, you know, if he wants to go for a Creep Tumor instead, that's... Creep tumor doesn't have.
Very important on this map to have those creep tumors. It's a very big map, and
you know, especially with the gold like this.
Yeah,
just look at how far it is.
You spread your base quite a bit. So Sacsri, who doesn't have any creep spread queen, truly only those inject queens. Now the new queen he could have been getting is now an inject queen. So you can't really have a good creep spread that he should have. So when we get into that 15 minutes into the game, etc., your creep is not going to be close to your opponent's third base. You're just going to be connected at most.
Yeah, man. So you know, every single queen counts at this point for Sacsri.
Oh,
Rain!
Well,
Buddy goes for the Warp Prism and unloads a probe. I like this.
Oh, you're so happy right now.
He's grabbing
dirty Protoss strategy.
Sentries in this Warp Prism. Is going to go for a sentry drop. Single upgrade coming down for Sacsri is going to be that +1. Oh my god, does an Overseer has a slightly longer vision range, but he's not going to see this pylon. He's actually not going to see this base unless he, you know, has the sickest game sense.
Yeah, no, he's going to know something's amiss, but the question is if it's in time. Rain now with double starport, do you think this is going to be Void Race? That'd be so sick.
Yeah, like... Well, he's getting
the Colossus, the Robo Bay as well, so...
Colossus Void Ray. Absolutely a very powerful
especially when you can get that super safe base. You have to have our units for it.
It's like impossible for Zug to do anything. You have to get Mutalisks to hit that base, or go a bit unorthodox and get that Overlord drop, which is something like we pretty much never see in PvZ.
Oh yeah, it's very uncommon. Maybe if you want to deal with this, you might see Annihilus, you might see your Overlord drop, but oh, look at this. Absolutely fantastic. Recall goes out to the other base. And, well, that's going to be a full saturated base right away almost.
Man, Rain is just doing everything today to please me, and I love it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tweet at him after this.
You gotta do that.
Yeah, thanks, buddy, for providing some of the best games in a long time. I like it. But you know, Hallucinated Phoenix gonna go for that scout.
And Sacs right now, though, he's going for some Hydra's production. I would love to see him stop at this amount of workers and just rally with Hydras. The thing is, he's a bit too many workers to truly have a strong Hydralisk push. Usually we have a few less and, you know, hits much earlier. But you can still hit a very good timing if you go for Hydras and Vipers still, because Voiders do even less to Vipers than Blinkstalkers do.
That's true. You know, Voids really only do extra damage versus armored units.
And they have very short range as well.
Like
and they can't blink.
I think they have 6 range.
Hopefully they can't blink at least.
Technically 6 range isn't super short, but, you know, with range Hydras out there, and the Abduct range, it's, you know, in comparison, is very, very small.
And of course, it's, as you say, the Abduct which is most important here, because Blind Clouds are nice and all, but as soon as you get those Colossi, the army of the Rain is going to be virtually, what is that, like, you know, 1 Immortal, a few Sentries, and Void Rays, and everything that has those names just melt to Hydras, basically.
Every single like, power unit in the Protoss army is going to be easy targets for grabs. But like the abduct range, like what is that? Because you know, on spells and abilities, we actually have no range counter like we have with siege tanks. In siege mode, they have 13 range. Nexus cannon has like,
I'm not sure about the actual number. It's really long though. Like it's really long.
Further than
you can throw a stone.
Further than Colossus range, which is 9. So I'd guess somewhere around.
I would say maybe about 11.
Yeah, 11, 12, around there.
Around there, somewhere.
Yeah, we'll have to see. But, you know, Sacsri is going to go for a small poke up the ramp and sees the Colossi. Hive has started.
Yeah. Rain right now has not scouted this coming down. He didn't see the infestation pit,
but he saw the Hydra den.
He did, so, I mean, thinking of the last game, he kind of should know what's coming up here. And we see Blink on the way, but right now, Range looking to shut down the 4th base here for Sacsri.
He's going to get it. Too many Zealots, man. Like, there's no time here for Sacsri to react to save this, so that's going to be very annoying. Have to rebuild that.
Yeah, and, I mean, Rain sniping this, a very good move on his part, because it's going to be, it's going to be in like 3 base versus 3 base for some time now. The 4th base from Rain is just put down again, pulling Sacsri back completely. And that means the drop phase planning, because we do have a pathogen lands. Sorry, not pathogen lands, sorry. The
pneumatized
carapace. There we go. That's a mouthful.
It is, isn't it? This island base, by the way, did get scouted now from Sacsri finally, from Rain. So you know that's nice. Probably kicking himself a little bit.
Oh wow!
Oh, Sacsri going a bit crazy, grabbing 3 hatcheries in one go.
Yeah,
4 hatcheries in one go.
So he's going to go up to 7 bases.
You know, that's standard from 3 hatch to 7 hatch.
You know, especially with the Overlord drops and into Vipers and into Spire, which probably is going to be a greater Spire. You know, just standard Zug stuff.
This is kind of cool, you know, because they're really playing around the map design now.
Oh yeah. This is not standard whatsoever.
No, it comes to
this is very much
being very not serious there, but I really like how they play around the map design, and you know, drop's going to be a great way if you cannot bust into that island base. He's just going to go straight for the main, and to be honest, a lot of this infrastructure is going to go down here for Rain, and he's going to lose his Templar archives. Probably lose a handful of probes, but, you know, a big warp in with Zealots going straight for this. Hive, actually, in Sacsri's main. Even if your drone's going down, but Roaches come in here to save the day. However, I cannot say the same thing here for Rain. Losing a lot of that important tech.
Yeah, but Sacsri's losing the majority of his army here. Rain with a very powerful army. And, okay.
Main Nexus did go down for Rain.
Yeah, that is very annoying, but still, like, to the point here. I mean, look at the armies for a second. I think Sacsri right now, looking at that he cancelled the Storm, and that he now has a Spire on the way, not getting any Vipers whatsoever. I think this is huge muted transition, and he's just going to go for broke with these muters.
Yeah, you know, if Rain can identify this, start the Phoenix production in time, then he's going to be in good shape. But it's going to be very hard, you know. Has to find that Spire, of course. And then doesn't necessarily mean there is going to be Mutalisks. But I think, you know, as you say, even getting that +1 attack for them. So I'd be surprised if it was over. Whoa, 25 Mutas in production. Here we go, Sacsri.
Halfway towards that win condition, 50 Mutas.
Yeah, that's either you kill your opponent, or you get 50 Mutas.
Yeah, and then you kill him. If he doesn't have Storm,
the game just ends.
Yeah. It just like says victory. You're like, what happened? Oh, he got 50 Mutas.
Imagine, you know, like having a victory point counter, like in a game like.
It's kind of like a
Company of Heroes.
No. Like I'm talking about it like a really good game.
You have like.
Age of Empires 3, okay? No, sorry, 2. Sorry.
Age of Empires 2.
2. Wonders.
The wonder where it counts down.
Yes, just like that.
But that's kind of like victory points, man.
No,
it's like you grab a point.
No.
Like
your point
shows,
is
like
null.
when you have 25 Mutas, you're like 50% there. It literally says, you know, you're halfway there to win.
My dear Cocast, your point is null, but Rain's army is strong, and here comes Sacsri though, and well, Storm just finished up now. We see Phoenix production started. I think, you know, with a few good Storms, Rain can absolutely hold this, but Sacsri's pulling like a big Hail Mary play, and it might just pay off here if he managed to get all these Void Rays, but here comes the Templars.
I was going for the Colossus there for a second. You know, as long as he gets a good chunk of power units out of the Rain. No, and big Storms going down. He's actually doing a lot of damage to these Mutas, but you need to finish the job. You cannot do it, you know, just hurt them, because you regen very quickly. Now Gold Base coming under fire here.
Oh yeah, you have that quick, what is it, tissue regeneration?
Yeah, like triple the regen rate of regular Zerg units.
It's very, very quick, and well, a lot of Storms are coming down the Mutas. I think just actually need to just chill for a second, let them regen some health. But the problem here for Sacsri is that Rain right now is going to have a lot of Phoenix in the air, so he's starting to get Corruptors, but the ground army is still very, very strong from Rain, and with that +3, Stalkers are going to be a bit of a hassle to deal with.
Oh yeah, especially, with that blink, just makes them so powerful. And in some scenarios, we see the armies trading off, where the Zug is just killing the Colossi, the Voids, and stuff like that, but he ends up losing too much on the ground. And the Mutalisks, with the losses he takes in that big fight, just gets overwhelmed by the number of +3 Blink Stalkers.
Yeah, it's a very difficult scenario because you're not getting any ground upgrades whatsoever with this style. But it's a style that's very, very mobile. It's very good at shutting down any kind of harassment. So that's why we see Sacsri being able to take so many bases. And kind of now in retrospect, maybe we should have seen that coming almost. We're getting so many bases, but well. We're going to see here, because Rain has this very big power army. He can't let Sacsri get out of control, though. And something I love, Sacsri decides to go for Greater Spire off of this, which is a great transition with all these Corruptors going to be very, very much worthless so after you clean up the Phoenix. So it's a very natural transition to go into Broodlords to deal with the ground army afterwards.
I just need to be careful, though, because we have a good amount of Phoenix here for Rain. And, once that range kicks in, if he goes into those Broodlords a bit too quickly, without actually dealing with them first, he's going to be in a bit of trouble. But Double Spire, nonetheless, very nice. Rain, however, this is a very important detail, he has had a lot of trouble establishing that fourth base.
Oh yeah, but something worthwhile as well. Actually, I'm gonna take that later because Rain is pushing across the map, and those mutants are kind of caught out of position.
Oh, loses quite a handful of them.
Oh yeah, but remember though, the ground army is very weak right now for Rain. Not in terms of upgrades, but in terms of numbers, because he keep on sending these units to the right hand side, and it's a very nice move. He's going to get this base. A lot of gas income is hindered because of this. But Rain pushing forward, he's looking to kill even more bases, and Sacsri needs to clean this in one big sweep. If he does, he might just win the game straight out, but if he doesn't, well, he's just going to take more and more harassive damage.
Yeah, these Zealots doing a good job at Spires. They will keep this base alive for now, even if Mutants coming in to assist. Rain does not have too many High Templar. He's warping in 2 more now, but he's actually getting Archons, and Archons, as we know, excellent versus Zerg units. We'll have to see, come on, Rain. Ooh, can you make something happen? This is a, powerful air army as well from Sacsri.
Oh, it absolutely is. Now, it's really all about these storms. The storms are so important at this point, because all those units, no matter how much you split them, they are going to clump up. They don't stack and spread out as quickly as ground units do. And, well, the Brooders are morphing, but they're going to get caught. Right now, Sacsri needs to hold on. He has to go for this. Nice storm going to hit a lot of mutants. A lot of the Brooders are going down right away. Sacsri, he needs to fight this back by Rain, just having a bit of too much of an army.
Yeah, man, and these Phoenix actually doing so much damage. Without that range, even still doing an outstanding job on their Archons, man. I don't think he's going to be able to break through. So few Mutas remain, and with these Phoenix, he can just kite forever, and that's going to be GG. Rain ties up the series 1-1.
He does, and we're going to see a third and ace game as we wished.
Yeah, buddy.
That's going to be wonderful.
This is where things get big.
Yeah, and when they get as most exciting as they do get.
Especially with 2 players of this caliber.
Oh yeah, this is like really high skill level we're seeing right now. I have to say, like Sacsri, he kind of felt very early on that he was behind, I feel. Especially going to this kind of Muta style, because it was very much of a Hail Mary play, or like one of those, you just go for broke, you just go all in with it. And Rain always very consistently kept his calm, kept his cool, and just pushed across the map eventually. He was hindered a lot by the harassment, but it didn't stop him, it didn't break him. It rather just bought some time, but eventually it was just, an inevitable demise almost.
Rain, one of these players that we probably never see dropping games because of bad nerves, Yeah,
I mean, when you have played so many macro games,
and so many high-profile games, so many high-profile matches, I'd be surprised if you were suffering any sort of bad nerves, being nervous and stuff.
I think everyone has nerves, but especially with an online cup,
it's about being able to sort of control them.
Oh yeah, and especially in an online cup as well, you don't have the same pressure as in a LAN of sorts.
When you're in a booth,
exactly,
in Korea.
But we digress.
Yeah, man, we have to move on, and that means we are going to jump into this last match between these 2 players. our first, the blue Protoss. Playing for my insanity, managing to bring things back, tying it up 1-1. He is my insanity's Rain. Red Zerg. Spawning bottom left here on Expedition Lost. Teammate of Rain. Played a really good game number 1. You'll have to make another play like that if he wants to win this series. He is my insanity's Sacsri.
And, well, last game didn't look too great for Sacsri. But look at this, right away a drone scout comes out. We might see him try for some shenaniganery.
Proxy hatch.
Oh yes!
Nah man. Sacsri.
No, not proxy hatch, maybe a hatch block, what I'm thinking of. Yes. It's like True.
Yeah man, True's hatch block.
He always tries for the hatch block, which is something I love. True.
It's really cute.
The thing is, he will do it if he gets the chance, because he forces the Protoss into a very uncomfortable position. So right now, what you do is you scout with the drone. You see right now Rain, okay, you're pulling out the workers here. He doesn't see a gateway on the top. Let's try to block it as long as possible. Let's reverse the positions that we usually see a Protoss try to do to Zerg. And if you let him, he will try to make a hatch here. But since we see Rain right away pulling 2 probes, we see the hatchery go down at home instead. And he's just going to pull his drone back when he needs to.
Yeah, you know, nice. Slows that down a little bit. Not going to really change the outcome of this game significantly. So don't worry, guys.
It's all about the small edges. Don't you forget.
It's like
StarCraft is all about those small things.
Loses 10 minerals because that probe wasn't mining.
Oh yeah.
And then loses also another 10 seconds because the Nexus wasn't building, and that in turn leads to more.
Remember, they could have warped in that Stalker half a second earlier,
and that's gonna change the game.
It absolutely will.
Yeah, but you know, Sacsri is gonna go into that 3 hatch again. So you know, it's gonna be like our Overgrowth game, and maybe we'll see Sacsri playing it in the same style, going into that Hydraling into Roaches and Vipers.
Something I really want to touch upon, as we do see Rain here placing his probe in a very peculiar position, as he's getting double gas.
You're gonna proxy Stargate or proxy Twilight?
Oh Rain, how dare you! I thought you were going to macro. But
well, technically he could go macro for this.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But it's a bit of an interesting player from him, definitely.
Macro proxy Darkrai.
Oh yeah, dude, if it's Rain, it's gonna happen. So something I want to touch upon though, just like an indirect perk of doing what Sacsri did here, because you don't always have to get the hatch block, but he got to go for that 3 hatch before pool, which is so great against a Nexus first, because you can't really punish it after you go Nexus first as easily as you could have if you go for, let's say, a gateway first.
No, of course, quicker gateway equals, you know, faster units.
And faster warp gate research.
Yeah, faster warp gate research, that's a good point. But, you know, still, off of a Nexus first, there are a lot of powerful all-ins Protoss can pull out. You could go for a 7-gate, 8-gate, sort of, just go for that pure gateway style. Very strong if caught off guard. And could go into the also known famous Parting Immortal build, the Soul Crane.
Do you think Rain would do that, though?
I wouldn't expect it, really, from a guy like Rain. But, you know, he knows all of these builds. So he has a pretty big book of Protoss builds to at his disposal.
Right now, though, Rain still no pylon with his probes. It doesn't look like he wants to be all too sneaky with any proxy shenanigans.
Well, this is nice. He's actually keeping that there for the future proxy pylon, I think.
Yeah, like future proxy pylons, and also, of course, scouting for the 4th base as well. A very important thing here.
Oh yeah, that's true.
But, you know, Sacsri, he's just going to be droning up for some time now. Very nice timing on the speed, I have to say. Very nice timing. He got that single gas off of this, and he managed to just get exactly 100 gas. So he's not going to go for what we saw earlier, you know, with that 530 double gas, get a later speed. Instead, he's going to sacrifice a bit to have those links with speed on in time.
Yeah, man. But you know what? Rain, he is going for it. It's going to be 6 gateways so far. Should be looking to add in maybe 1 or 2 more. The Overlord, has he seen this though? That is the question. He sees a couple of them building. So
it's enough gates to be
yeah. He gets the count. You know, these 4 in the main, and then the 2 at the front. 2 proxy pylons down here for Rain. has walled off the front in his natural. No drones being made in this third base whatsoever for Sacsri. He's at 35 workers to 36 here of Rain. Rain is going completely all in with this. This is the optimal probe count when you're going to be doing an attack like this. And Rain is pushing on forward, adding in more proxy pylons. He needs to be careful though at home. He does not want to leave, you know, his front exposed. So he's going to force a sentry open and 2 more pylons to be built.
Yeah, this is very, very nice from Sacsri, but remember, still, he needs to hold that third base. You do not want that to happen. And, well, did he kill Pound, though?
Yeah, actually powered down one of those gateways.
Oh, he did? That's pretty neat. But remember, though, we're going to see a few roaches coming out here, and it's all about that kiting. Double spine will shut this down. Rain not really ready for this, because, you know, he was scouted quite early, so he's not going to have all too much of an army when he's pushed it the first time. These links also shutting down the backup pylons, so, I mean, Rain really just losing all his momentum in this push so far, but he's going still for it.
Yeah, man, you cannot really back down from a build like this. And now we see these spines doing a lot of damage, helping out a lot, getting a good surround on these Stalkers. And most of them have gone down. 2 remain, and Zealots, of course, cannot fight roaches on creep.
So clean.
Yeah, man,
so clean.
Such a good hold there by Sacsri, and he just deflects that with ease. Rain falls out 1 to 2. So Sacsri will be advancing on here in the bracket. Man, that was a great series.
That was an amazing series, I have to say. Sacsri, he scouted that very well, and as we said, you know, he didn't see exactly every single gate, but he knew, you know, he saw like 6 gates, I think.
When you see more than 4 gateways,
you know something's up.
Yeah, and that's when you should start making units.
Oh yeah, so he stopped at actually 35 drones, a very low drone count.
Oh yeah.
But he shuts this down right away. I mean, as you saw, Rain realized this is a bit too many units from him, and he pushed quite early. Usually when you're not ready for this right away, if you scout it, as many Zergs do, you don't have units like this. You're going to start spine crawlers as the push hits you. You're going to have like roaches a bit later. You're not going to have those links initially, so the counter pressure, the sniping of the pylons, the uncovering of the gateway, everything
cute
adding up. Exactly. The thing is, everything that adds up to...
Oh, yeah.
Should not be
just
there.
Like buys time.
Yeah, and now he came from behind as well to surround.
Yeah, very good position.
There. He should have had 15 more workers, and that's, you know, 15 less roaches, 30 less lings.
You always kind of want to like make sure they keep the Zerg on only one side of your attack as Protoss, because it really gets ugly quickly if you don't have sentries and stuff like that. And with an attack, like what Rain was doing, you just don't have sentries really.
Yeah,
but you know that was the conclusion of our first series.
Oh yeah, you know, very, very good start. I think if I can bring up the brackets in a second here, I'm just gonna see if we can update them for you guys.
Hit that F5, buddy.
Yeah, and let's see if we can find ourselves our game that we just had.
Oh, there we go. Look at this. I'm actually gonna turn. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna turn around, and I'm just gonna point at Spear 95. Who are you, buddy? Yeah. Rain does fall out. Sacsri is going to face Spear 95. I literally have no idea who that is.
No idea here either. But
can we maybe go up a little bit, man?
Oh yeah.
Let's see. So Hack is going to play Lee Sok-han.
We're Panic.
Binary Beast, please.
Yeah, you know, a lot of weird names coming up here, but we have Panic from MVP, who's facing ZZKK. The winner will face Terminator, a very, very interesting player, who's been terminating people left and right, but also having a hard time.
Pet fighting Symbol right now. We have Trust is going to be facing off against Bibion. GMH, I have no idea. He will be playing Rogue or... Oh man, who is that other guy?
I don't know who the other guy is, no.
D does knock down KMH.
Oh, dear SOS is
oh, dear SOS. Can we grab that one, do you think?
I'm going to try.
Yeah, man, I'd love to. I'd love to.
Horror vs. Cure is going on. Cure beat Pig Baby 2-1.
Sick.
Armani beat Lenok. A very nice pick off that for him. A bit of a underdog.
Minor setup. Upset.
Actually,
setup. Wow, I switched that around.
What kind of plot is
this?
Setup,
upset. Oh man.
So yeah, that is our brackets. But we're going to try to fetch a game for you, ladies and gentlemen. We're just going to have a quick break, I believe, first.
Yeah, guys, we'll run a 2-minute break. Don't go anywhere. This is, of course, the Korean qualifier for the Kung Fu Cup, and we will be right back with you.